Hello friends, how are you? मजेत ना? असायलाच पाहिजे. Myself, Mr Narendra Jangalale from Gokhale Education Society's RM Bhatt High School, Parel. Welcome students. Today we are going to study Standard 10th Geometry's 5th chapter, Coordinate Geometry. In previous video, we studied that distance formula, and using that distance formula we solved that practice set 5.1. Now today we will see that section formula, midpoint formula and centroid formula, three formulas, and using these three formulas we solve that practice set 5.2. Only two practice sets are there in this chapter. That third one is omitted or deleted. Now let us see one by one. So what is that section formula? You know the property of, in 8th standard we studied that property also. Property of three parallel lines. Three parallel lines are there and one transversal is there. Then the ratio of intercepts made on one transversal is always equal to the ratio of intercepts made on any other transversal. So that ratio is there. Now in 8th standard we divide the given segment into equal parts or in the given ratio. So here this is very important part for us, that section formula. That section formula is related to that division of a segment. Let's see section formula. Here A x1 y1 and B x2 y2, these 2 points are there, and this is the segment AB joining these 2 points, A x1 y1 and B x2 y2. If P is one of the point P xy which divide this segment in the ratio m:n, then we have to find the coordinates of point P which divide this segment AB in the ratio m:n. So AP is to PB is equal to, here AP is to PB, this ratio is equal to m:n. Then find the coordinates of point P using section formula. To get the coordinates of that point which divide this segment in the ratio m:n, we use this section formula. So here, what is section formula? How to write that section formula? If Pxy divides the segment joining A x1 y1 and B x2 y2 in the ratio m:n, then by section formula we can write the x coordinate of P is m x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n, and second coordinate, y coordinate, how will we get the y coordinate? The y coordinate is m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n. We get the y coordinate. The coordinates of P we get combine like this. The x coordinate is m x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n, and this is the second coordinate, m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n. This is the second coordinate. So in this way, this formula is called a section formula, and this formula is used when we have to use this formula if such conditions are there. A and B are 2 points, that means segment AB is the segment joining A x1 y1 and B x2 y2, and P is the third point xy which divides this segment AB in the ratio m is to n. Then if we have to find the coordinates of the point which divide that segment AB in the ratio m is to n, then we have to use this section formula. This formula is known as section formula. So for a practice set 5.2, this formula is very important. So remember this formula, that is called section formula. Now let us see midpoint formula. In this figure, A and B are 2 points, A x1 y1 and B x2 y2. Now P is a point, P xy divides this AB into 2 equal parts, that means P is the midpoint of that segment AB. Then how will we get the coordinates of that point P? To get the coordinates of point P, we have to use that midpoint formula. So how to write? If P xy is the midpoint of segment joining A x1 y1 and B x2 y2, then the coordinates of P xy. How will we get the coordinates? The first coordinate, x coordinate, is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and y coordinate, the formula is y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we can write that midpoint formula as x1 plus x2 divided by 2, this is the x coordinate, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2, this is the y coordinate. So in this way, this is the midpoint formula. When we have to use, if the midpoint of the segment is given and the coordinates of 1, 2, 3, out of this 3, the coordinates of any 2 points will be given, then we can use this formula. This formula is known as midpoint formula. So remember this second formula. First one is section formula, second one is midpoint formula. So let us see that third formula is a centroid formula. Centroid means, you know, the point of concurrence of all 3 medians is called centroid. If A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3 are the vertices, coordinates of vertices of triangle, and G xy is the centroid, then we get by centroid formula the coordinates of centroid. So how can we write? If A x1 y1, B x2 y2 and C x3 y3 are the coordinates of vertices of triangle ABC, then the coordinates of centroid G xy are. So here x coordinate is x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, and y coordinate is y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. This is the coordinates of the centroid. So here we get that G is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So this is the centroid formula. So remember students, here three formulas are there. First one is that distance formula is already there. Distance formula in this chapter, this whole chapter is based on only four formulas, which distance formula, section formula, midpoint formula and centroid formula. So if you by heart that all the four formulas, then you can solve any sum from this chapter. Now the next practice set 5.2 is based on this three formulas: section formula, midpoint formula and centroid. Now let us see practice set 5.2. The first sum from practice set 5.2 is find the coordinates of the point P which divides the line segment joining the points A -1 7 and B 4 -3 in the ratio 2:3. So here first write the coordinates. Here in first sum Pxy, let it be Pxy. The coordinates are Pxy. Pxy divides the segment joining A -1 7 and B 4 -3 in the ratio 2:3. So from this sum, this is the sum. P point is any point. Let the coordinates of that P be xy. Divides the segment joining this A -1 7 and B 4 -3 in this ratio 2:3. Then find the coordinates of P. So here what is given? Write x1, y1. Here x1 is equal to -1. y1 is equal to 7. x2 is equal to 4 and y2 is equal to -3. The ratio m is to n means m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3. M is to n is equal to 2 by 3. So m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3. Now by which formula? By section formula. Here we have to use this section formula. So by section formula, the coordinates of P equals m x2 plus n x1. Write the formula first. By m plus n. And the second coordinate, y coordinate, m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n. Now substitute the values. So m means 2 into x2 is 4 plus n is 3 into x1 is -1 divided by 2 plus 3 m plus n. Here m means 2 into bracket y2 minus 3 plus n means 3 into y1 is 7 divided by m plus n. So in this way, first substitute the values of m x2, n x1, m y2, n y1, m plus n, m plus n. So substitute the values. After that, simplify, open the brackets. So we get 4 2s are 8 plus here 3 into -1. So we get -3. 3 into -1 -3 divided by 5. Second, 2 3s are here -6 and 7 3s are plus 21 divided by this 5. So we get coordinates of P. 8 minus 3 is 5 divided by 5, and second coordinate minus 6 plus 21. So we get 15 divided by 5. So the coordinates of P are 5 5s are 1, and here 5 3s are 15. So 1 3, these are the coordinates of the point P which divide the segment in the ratio m is to n, means 2 is to 3. So that question number 2 is same. Question number 1 and question number 2 are same. Here in question number 1 it is given in the statement form, and here what is given? 3 examples are combined, means the coordinates of point P and Q are given and the ratio is given. Same formula we have to use in this question number 2. So let us see one of the sum from that question number 2. P second, let us see second example. P minus 2 minus 5, and second point is Q Q is 4 3, and the ratio is given A is to B is equal to 3 is to 4. So here instead of m is to n, 3 A and B are there. So remember this one. So here write the values of x1 minus 2, y1 minus 5, x2 is 4, and y2 is 3. Here A means m is equal to 3, n is equal to 4. So you write the section formula by section formula. By section formula, the coordinates of A, write the formula m x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n. Second one, m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n. Now substitute the values. M means 3 into bracket x2 means 4 plus n means 4 into bracket x1 is minus 2 divided by 3 plus 4 m plus n. Second, m is 3 into bracket y2 means 3 plus n 4 into bracket y1 minus 5 divided by m plus n, bracket complete. Now simplify. 4 3s are 12 minus 4 2s are 8 divided by 7. Second, 3 3s are 9 minus 4 5s are 20 divided by 7. So we get 12 minus 8 is 4 upon 7, and here 9 minus 20 is minus 11 by 7. So these are the coordinates of point A which divides the segment PQ in the ratio A is to B is equal to 3 is to 4. So here the question number 1 and 2 are same. Now in question number 3, the 2 points are given here. T minus 1 6 divides the segment joining P minus 310 and Q 68. Then find m is to n, means in which ratio it divides. So here x coordinate is minus 1, y coordinate is 6, x1 is equal to minus 3, y1 is equal to 10, x2 is equal to 6 and y2 is equal to 8. Then find m and n. So this T minus 1 6 divides the segment PQ in ratio m is to n. We have to find m and n. Either take x coordinate or y coordinate. दोनों में से कोई भी coordinate हम लोग ले सकते हैं. So if we take x coordinate or y coordinate, we get the same values. So here the x coordinate is m x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n. Now substitute the value. This is minus 1 is equal to m into x2 kya diya hai 6 plus n is not given, x1 is given minus 3. Substitute that value divided by this m plus n. Now multiply by this m plus n. Here we get minus m minus n is equal to 6m and minus 3n. So write this m on the same side. So we get this minus m minus 6m is equal to minus 3n plus n. So we get minus 7m. Minus 7m is equal to minus 2n. Minus minus get cancelled. We get 7m is equal to 2n. Therefore, m, this n right to the denominator by n is equal to this 2 as it is and divided by this 7. So we get m is to n is equal to 2 is to 7. So in this way we can find the ratio. If one of the coordinate is given, then we get the ratio. So this is the third sum. Now in fourth one we have to use that midpoint formula. Here fourth sum is given. P is the center of circle and AB is the diameter. A is given. The coordinates of A are 2 minus 3 and the coordinates of P यानी center minus 2 0. Then find B. This is x2 y2. Let the x2 y2 be x2 y2. So find the coordinates of B here. So x coordinate is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y coordinate is equal to y1 plus y2 divided by 2 by midpoint formula. Because center is the midpoint of the diameter. AB is the diameter and P is the center. So coordinates of P means x, value of x is given minus 2, value of y is given 0, x1 y1 and these are x2 y2. Substitute. Here minus 2 is equal to x1 means 2 plus x2 as it is divided by 2. So 2 2s are 4, minus 4 is equal to 2 plus x2. Therefore minus 4 and minus 2 is equal to x2. So x2 is equal to minus 6. So here we get one of the coordinate of B. Y coordinate, how will we get? The y value of y is given 0. y1 is minus 3 plus y2 is not given, divided by 2. 2 से multiply करो. If we multiply by 2 we get 0 is equal to minus 3 plus y2. Therefore y2 is equal to, this become plus 3 यानी only 3. So y2 is 3. So the coordinates of B, how can we write the answer? The coordinates of B are B minus 6 and 3. The coordinates of point B, here we use that midpoint formula. Now in fifth sum, what is given? This PK7. PK7. This K also we have to find. K7 divides the segment joining this A89 and B12 in the ratio, let it be m is to n. Then what we have to do? Find m is to n, this one, and find k. Both we have to find here, m is to n and k. So how will we get m is to n? Y coordinate is given here, x coordinate is k, but y coordinate 7 is given. So use the formula for y coordinate here. X is equal to k, the coordinate y is equal to 7, x1 is equal to 8, y1 is equal to 9. x1, y1 coordinates of A, x2, y2 coordinates of B. Now the y coordinate is given 7, so write the formula for y coordinate by section formula. Remember which formula? Section formula. my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n, but y is equal to 7. 7 is equal to m, y2 means 2 plus n, y1 means 9 divided by m plus n. Multiply by 7. So we get 7m plus 7n is equal to 2m plus 9n. Now write m terms on the left hand side. This 7m minus this 2m, and this 9n and minus this 7n. 7 minus 2 is 5m, 9 minus 7 is 2n. So m and divided by this n is equal to 2 divided by 5. So we get m is to n is equal to 2 is to 5. Now use the formula of x coordinate. We have to find the value of k. K means x coordinate. No need to use the whole formula again. M is to n is 2 by 5. We get the one value. Now k. So x coordinate by section formula. Remember section formula. So by section formula, x coordinate, write the formula for x coordinate, m x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n. Now we have the value. X coordinate is k here given. Now m, the value is here 2 into x2 is 1 plus n, value is here 5 into x1. So m n, here the values are there. We get the ratio m is to n first. So पहले ये find करना है. We have to find first m is to n. So here m is 2 and n is 5. So substitute this value here. 5 into x1. x1 is 8 divided by this 2 plus 5. So k is equal to 2 1 the 2 plus 5 8 the 40 divided by 2, 5 plus 7, sorry 5 plus 2 is 7. So k is equal to 42 divided by 7. So k is equal to 7, 6 the 42 means k is equal to 6. So in this way we get the values. So this is the fifth sum. Now directly see the seventh sum. Here we have to use that centroid formula. Question number 7. Find the centroid of the triangles. So here, suppose these points are A minus 7 6, B 2 minus 2, and C is 8 5. Find G x y, यानी centroid. G means centroid. So we get G. The formula is by centroid formula. x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. This is the centroid formula. So by which formula? Centroid formula. Substitute the values x1, x2, x3. So we get minus 7 plus 2 plus 8 divided by this 3, and second coordinate y1, y2, y3, 6 minus 2 plus 5. It's so easy. So here 8 plus 2 10, 10 minus 7 is 3 divided by 3, and here 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 minus 2 is 9 divided by 3, so we get 3 by 3 is 1, and here 3 3s are 9, so 1 3. The coordinates of centroid are 1 3. We use this formula x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So remaining sums from that question number 7 using this formula you can solve. Now let us see ninth sum. What is given? A h minus 6. A h minus 6. B, the coordinates of B 2 3, and C minus 6k are the vertices of the triangle, and centroid is G 1 5. Then find the value of h and k. Then what is h, what is k? So it is so easy. By centroid formula, use this formula for x coordinate and then for y coordinate. So x coordinate, how will we get x coordinate? x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, and here simultaneously we use the formula for y coordinate, y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Now substitute the value x coordinate, यानी g का x coordinate. Here the centroid is g. The coordinates of centroid 1 5 are given. That means x and y are given. So here 1 is equal to x1 h plus x2 plus x3 is minus 6 divided by 3. Multiply by 3. 3 ones are 3 is equal to h. And here minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. So h is equal to this 3 and this 4 becomes plus. So h is equal to 7. So we get one of the value h. Now second, same, y is given 5, y1, y2, y3, minus 6 plus 3 plus k divided by 3 multiplied by 3. Here 5 3s are 15 is equal to minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3 plus k. So this 15 and this plus 3. So 18 is equal to k. That means k is equal to 18. So in this way we get the values of h and k using that centroid formula. Or 10th sum. 10th, 11th are same. 11th is easier than that. Find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment AB with A 2 7 and B minus 4 minus 8. Trisection means divide into 3 equal parts. Here this is the segment AB. Here coordinates of A 2 7 and B is minus 4 minus 8. Now trisection means divide into 3 equal part. Here suppose P xy and Q RS. This QRS is a point which divide this segment into this is for one part, one part, one part. So this P divides this segment into 1 is to 2. This Q divides 2 is to 1. So like this we have to, or this P and B, this is the midpoint of PB. So first find the coordinates of any one of the point. So here find the coordinates of that P. So from that figure, this PXY PXY divides segment AB in the ratio what? 1:2, because this is the one part, 2 part, 3 part. So this is one part and these are 2 parts. So 1:2. Ratio is 1:2. So remember this one whenever trisection is there. And if 4 parts are there, अगर 4 parts है तो easy है. I will tell after this one. So PXY divides this one by section formula. Find the coordinates of that. P by section formula. The coordinates of P are mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, and second this one. Here m is to n is 1:2. Here m is to n is equal to 1:2. So m is equal to 1 and n is equal to 2. x1 y1, x2 y2 are given. So coordinates of P. First we have to derive the coordinates of P. Find the coordinates of P. M means 1 into bracket x2 minus 4 plus n means 2 into bracket x1 is 2 divided by 1 plus 2 m plus n. Second m यानी 1 y2 minus 8 plus n y1 7 divided by 1 plus 2. So simplify. Minus 4 plus 4 divided by 1 plus 2 is 3. And here minus 8 plus 7 to the 14 divided by 3. So here minus 4 plus 4 is 0 by 3. And here 14 minus 8 is 6 by 3. So the coordinates of P are 0 and 6, 3 to the 0, 2. The coordinates of P we get 0, 2. So the first point means 2 points are there that divides that segment. Here this we have to find the coordinates of P and Q. P and Q divides this AB into 3 parts, that is called trisection. 1, 2, 3 parts. So here this P divides 1:2 parts, and now if we see the PB, Q is the midpoint of PB, so directly use the midpoint formula. Now in second part, this is the first part of the sum. We have to find the coordinates of QRS. Now QRS is midpoint. Here this part and this part are equal, means it is the midpoint of P and B. Midpoint of P0, 2. We get the coordinates of P. P का coordinates यहाँ पे है P0, 2. And second coordinate is B, minus 4, minus 8. So by midpoint formula we get the coordinates of, by midpoint formula we get the coordinates of that Q. So Q is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So Q is equal to 0 minus 4, these are x1 x2 divided by 2, 2 minus 8 divided by 2. So here minus 4 by 2 and here minus 6 by 2. So after simplification we get 2 2s are means minus 2 and here 2 3s are minus 3. So the coordinates are minus 2, minus 3. So the coordinates of the points which divide the segment into 3 equal parts, P 0 2 and Q minus 2, minus 3. So in this way we can solve that practice set 5.2 using this three formulas: section formula, midpoint formula, and that centroid formula. Dear friends, here 11th sum. How to complete that 11th sum? Let us see the idea only. You can solve, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask. So here draw the big line segment. In 11th one, if A minus 14, I am giving the hints only. You can solve at home, at your own. A minus 14, 10. A and here B is 6 minus 2. Now here 3 points are there because we have to find the coordinates of the points which divides the segment into 4 equal part. अगर 4 equal part करना है तो इसमें 3 point हम लोग को लेना पड़ेगा. P, first find the midpoint here. दोनों का midpoint. Suppose P is the coordinates नहीं लिखते अभी इसका. P divides this into 2 equal parts. Now this Q divides this AP in equal part, and this R divides this in equal part again. So we get 4 parts. तो P का coordinates कैसा मिलेगा? P is the midpoint of AB. तो midpoint formula use करो, we get the coordinates of P. उसके बाद P and A, use the midpoint formula, we get the coordinates of Q. Use the formula, midpoint formula for P and B, we get the coordinates of R. So here 1, 2, 3 times we have to use midpoint formula. And 12th sum. In 12th sum, if A, B are given, find the coordinates of the points which divide the segment into 5 congruent parts. अगर 5 congruent parts है 12th sum में, तो कैसा करना है देखो. Here is it clear? Here we have to use first for P midpoint formula, use A and B, these are the 2 points. So minus 14 plus 6 divided by 2, 10 plus 2 divided by 2, we get the coordinates of P. If we get the coordinates of P, A and P, use the midpoint formula to find Q. And P and B, these 2 points, use midpoint formula, we get the coordinates of R. Now let us see that last. Here A is 20, 10 and B is 0, 20. Now it is divided into 5 equal parts. 5 parts means 4 points are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it be P, Q, R, S. Correct? So first find the coordinates of P. First find the coordinates of P. Now here it is 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 part. So here if we consider P, P divides which ratio? 1 is to 4. 1 is to 4. So n is to n is equal to 1 is to 4. यहाँ पे लेना है हम लोग को. And find the coordinates of P. If we get the coordinates of P, then how to find the coordinates of that R and S? Here R is the midpoint. Here 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So R is the midpoint of P and B. So use the formula. Now Q is the midpoint of P and R, and S is the midpoint of R and B. So first case we have to use the section formula to get the coordinates of P. By section formula we get the coordinates of P. Then find the coordinates of R using midpoint formula for this one. Then Q, midpoint formula, S midpoint. In a 3 times midpoint formula and 1 time that section formula, we get the coordinates. So in this way, this practice set 5.2 is completed. Dear friends, if you have any doubt in 5th chapter, coordinate geometry, very important chapter, then write in the comment box and I definitely clear your doubts. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe my channel and share these videos to your friends.